Welcome to another episode of Life in Rural Japan. Today I thought we'd have a talk about this two-tier system they're going to charge for tourists coming to Japan. So I'm just down here at the water. It's a beautiful spring day. Down here at the water, got a lot of fishing boats here. You can hire these fishing boats and go out fishing, actually. So yeah, it's a beautiful day down here. Nice and warm. Anyway, yeah, so I'm going to have a talk about this two-tier charging system they're going to have for tourists. Because the yen's so weak, tourism has gone crazy in Japan at the moment. So many people coming to Japan. So I think they want to try to cash in on it. Because the yen's weak, it's not worth the paper it's printed on. You know, for people coming from Australia or whatever, it's so cheap to buy food or stay in hotels or things like this. So they want to sort of cash in on it. So it's not unheard of. They do this in other countries. When I went to Vanuatu 35 years ago, we were at a restaurant having lunch and we had two different menus, two different prices, and we asked them and they said, oh, this one's wrong, this one's for the cruise ships. When the cruise ships come in, we give them this one, they pay more money. So, and also Bali, I went to Bali about 30 years ago, and we're going to have a game of golf, but it was $200 for US for a game of golf. I'm not paying that. Why is it so expensive? Because of the Japanese go there, they'll pay it to have a game of golf. So it depends on country to country, prices you have to pay. But yeah, so I really don't know about this. I don't know how it's going to work. But there's one place, there's a famous fish market, Suki in Tokyo, and they have they sell seafood ramen, and they sell it for about 5,500 yen for a bowl of seafood ramen, which is really expensive. You know, locals aren't going to pay that, Japanese aren't going to pay that, you know. And they're talking about if they get this implemented, like a bowl of ramen would usually cost you under 1,000 yen. They want to charge tourists 3,000 yen for a bowl of ramen. You know, that's just crazy. You know, who's going to pay 3,000 yen for a bowl of ramen? So yeah, I think a lot of the government's probably trying to bring this in, and like businesses like hotels and restaurants and things like this, they can make a lot more money. But with the amount of tourists coming to Japan now, they're making a lot more money. More people are staying at their hotels. More people are eating and different things. So I think they could screw themselves actually, because if they start putting this on and people work out they're getting ripped off, I think less people will come to Japan. You know, I think people are coming to Japan now because it is nice and cheap, so it's good value. But if they're going to have to pay, you know, like twice as much or 3 times as much for things, I think it's gonna sort of dampen what people do. And like there's another way of thinking about this, that if businesses are making more money, they can pay their staff more money. This is Japan, that won't happen. They won't give pay rises to staff. They'll still be getting paid the same as they were. Just the businesses are going to get richer, and not the average Japanese person who really can do with the extra money. Because, you know, like the way it is now, things are pretty tight in Japan. You know, people don't have a lot of extra money. So, you know, if you had a restaurant, yeah, you could do okay if you put the prices up. But then they're talking about with locals go somewhere like a tourist place, if they show their driver's license or their My Number card or their health insurance card, they can get a discount. You know, but I think it's a lot of trouble. You know, if people have got to show your card or show your identification, and then you can get a discount on what you've had to eat or staying in a hotel. I think it's very, I don't think it's really going to work. So I don't know, let me know your thoughts. Do you think this is a good idea, putting prices up for tourists and have locals at a different price, which is what they're talking about? I think it's a bit of a farce, actually. I think they should just leave it like it is, try to get as many tourists into the country, and they're spending money when they're here. They're going to hotels, they're going to restaurants, they're buying souvenirs, they're shopping, they're spending money, they're putting money into the economy, which is good. So I don't think we need to exploit them, you know. And I think we can build up a good tourist business. It's like when I was on the Gold Coast, that was the main business on the Gold Coast, was tourism, you know. So if Japan screws its head on right, they could benefit from this with tourism. You know, they could get a lot more tourists coming, you know, so they can build up a better tourist business. So yeah, so that's my thoughts on the subject. I'd be quite interested to see what you think about it. But like, it's a beautiful day here, down here, looking over the bay. Yeah, this is why I like living in the country. You know, there's no people around, it's quiet, you can think, you know, and it's really peaceful. You know, you can walk down to the water and have a look at the water. It's nice. Anyway, so let me know what you think. That's all for now. Till next time, catch you later.